You should question everything always. And I've been questioning God and religion for a very, 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 very long time because it never really, like I said, never sat right with me spiritually to say, that this is okay, that the way these people act, the way they say what they're talking about it sounds corrupted, it sounds skewed. I don't like it.
Sounds manipulative.
Yeah, it sounds like it's almost like a trigger word. You can hear the trigger words and you're like, that sounds like you're just money grabbing, you're greedy. Okay, so you're using this to get us to tithe. This sermon is specifically so that everybody tithes at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
This is specifically to shout out somebody out in the audience to sleep with somebody's wife up in here. I see what we're doing here.
But to be a place that teaches love, it's so much hate.
That's what I'm saying. For something that is supposed to be nothing but pure love, teaches so much hate, and that's what's crazy. The entire premise of Christianity, even Islam, even Judaism, even Buddhism, like you think it's all about peace, love, harmony, loving yourself, loving each other, and loving the connection you have with God. Beyond that, that's it. That's what we're here to do and to live life. And yet it is corrupted and manipulated and just torn into things that make it into a weapon against us as a whole.
And they say, come as you are. But if I come to church and I'm gay and I'm going to be judged, should I really have come as I am?
Well, Jesus said he without sin should cast the first stone. And we all know that churches are full of sin. Okay? So they can live in a glass house. Okay? They can live in their glass house. That is the problem.
Yeah, I feel like in my opinion, the church and religion was used to really help the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. I feel like it's very much a hand of control that we pray. There are more churches than there are libraries. There are so many people that are going to pray that you move past this financial burden, but those same people are asking you for the last $20 you have to build.
And not helping you a bit.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you have the churches that are talking about who you need to vote for. And you have people telling you how you should live your life. And everybody is so distracted by you telling you, if you don't do these things, when you go to the afterlife, there's this guy that's going to punish you. So I don't know whether or not if I die tomorrow, I'm going to get punished. So let me do this stuff now because everybody else seems to be doing it. So you go your whole life trying to please and pay for something you're not going to see until you die.
And then at the same token,
please and pay for something that's already been bought and paid for. That's the problem. And
at
I'm gonna be honest with you.
At the same token, they say don't covet the things of this world like gold and all that. But they're promising us that if we do good, there will be a road paved with gold, a mansion in the sky. Like what? So I think we're just we're a new generation that's just not going with the motions.
Right,
we are questioning shit and it's shaking shit up.
Well, I mean, it's like I love my big sister. She told me that when we all get to heaven, because she thinks the rapture's coming, y'all, you guys get ready. She thinks the rapture's coming, and she told me she just can't wait for the eternity of worship we're about to have. And I was like, I just want you to know that if heaven is going to be nothing but a big ass church event, you can send me to hell, Jesus. You can send me to hell.
And it's scaring people how we're not afraid of the idea of hell anymore. Like we joke about it, we talk about, we're like, all right, hell it is, let's go. Like, no, we're not scared of your threats of being with the devil anymore. And so now the rapture's coming.
In hell. He slid down the pole, parked his ass in hell. So we are definitely not give us something a little scary.
Okay. Like I need you to come harder than that. Harder than that. Hell, I vacation there. What do you mean? I have a condo on the Lake of Fire. What do you mean? I genuinely think that the concept of hell is a very complex thing, only because I would say even if you talk about dimension-wise, hey, where we are, this is hell. Like, you want to go there. So I think that's why our generation is really, we're not scared of hell, because it's like, so you're telling me there's something worse than this? Like, what's worse than the life I'm already in hell? That part. Like, you ever seen the show Lucifer? Perhaps I'm already in hell, and this is me living my worst nightmare. That's why my life sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Let's be, you want to talk about it that way. That's why I'm not afraid, because whatever hell may be, I can almost guess it's either better than this, because this ain't where it's at either. This ain't where it's at either. So better live my best life.
Yeah, I think people have come to the realization that there is nothing worse than feeling trapped within yourself. And I feel like we have come to that conscious agreement as our generation that we are trapped within ourselves, and we are pushing that trap together, and we're questioning everything, and we're not going to sit with depression and anxiety and the fear of coming out and being able to say, you know what, I feel like people hate me. We're not going to sit with that. We're going to push past that, and being told and forced to sit in that is a hell. So we're like, listen, I know what it's like to be alone, trapped in my thoughts. So hell don't scare me.
You would think that, like, anybody else hear us talk like that, talk about 100 years ago, hear somebody saying something like that would be the most outrageous thing you've ever heard. How dare you not be afraid of hell? Like, how dare you not fear your immortal soul?
Two, I feel like the biggest thing for me that made me say there's, in my opinion, no heaven or no hell is because I have seen too many good people live a shitty life. Well, and have been in pain and suffering and have done nothing wrong but exist. And I have seen shit people who have raped and murdered and stole and lived the best life.
And how is that possible?
How is that fair? Well, that would come down to free will. I think that is something we all mistake. Like, outside of religion, outside of the complexities that we want to believe God gave whatever we are, whatever this is, we have free will. Whatever entity out there gives us all of us the ability to essentially control ourselves and to control the world around us.
So then why do some people believe in their situations that God intervened? Is he picky?
Yes, well, see, some people believe that, and because they believe it so strongly, things turn out the way they want it to. And when it does, first thought they have is either it had to be God, it had to be, all the prayers, all this other stuff, when in reality, you created your reality. You focused so much on it, you manifested it into reality. You know what I'm saying? When you want success and you want things to happen, you keep dwelling on it as if it's already happened. And as you dwell on it as if it's already happened, the things start moving in the universe. The universe is hearing you. God is hearing you. And it is answering, or it is making a way.
And I believe that. No way. I believe that to a certain extent. But the shit that's going on with Haiti, I feel like they could have prayed.
Oh no, that's Earth. It's happening. And I think we have the Earth so bad that there's no coming back from that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think we have just fucked the Earth to a point that it is out of even, like you said, okay, it's out of God's hands. If we have control, God said we have the power to control the heavens and the earth because we have his power, right? We have the ability to control the earth. We could have helped the earth, healed the earth, but we have never taken the chance to try to, not even in a real way or a spiritual way. So this earth has just been crumbling.
I believe in duality. So I do think once I focused on how bad shit happens to good people and good shit happens to terrible people, I think that life is life. And I think that it's not even and I believe in manifestation, and I believe in law of attraction and law of assumption and all that. But I do believe that life happens. And if you, in the hierarchy of life, if you don't have your basic needs, meaning I don't have anything I can eat, I don't have a safe place to sleep, I'm not safe. There is nothing you can do to manifest. You can't. Exactly. You are not in a safe space to manifest.
You
You're
don't
not.
have the mindset either because of that.
Yep.
Right. You can't, because you're not, your basic human animalistic needs aren't being met.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way for you to connect. So I do believe that life is life, and there are good people that have done shit, and no one's gonna come and save them. You know what I mean? Like nothing's gonna come and make everything good for the good. No, this is where we're at. And so being mindful and knowing that there are going to be good people you come across that are living a shit life. So, and karma might not ever come for them. You know what I mean? So just being mindful of that, because I feel like a lot of people forget that there are people who are homeless, who are dealing with all kinds of crazy stuff, that have never done anything wrong in their life. So have patience with them, be giving with them, be generous, because you have it much better.
All right, you guys. So since we talked about science, Manny, and you want to talk about it, Adam and Eve, God's greatest science project or alien project?
Or just a made up story.
Or just a made up story. Let's talk about that, guys. Let's see what's going on here.
It's a goosebump story. Who knows? But
it was a good one. R.L. Stein.
For me, when I searched for that answer, because I asked a lot, like, how did we get here? Were we just dropped off? Did we grow from bacteria out of the sea? Like, science has so many different avenues, because when you think science, you think of so many different avenues. What the theory called? What's that theory? Bitch, I ain't been in school and I don't know how long.
What, you mean the Darwin theory?
Your little theory, yeah.
The Darwin theory, like
all about theories.
The evolution theory.
Like all of that, just theories in general. Like, so when you think about, like, God could be a theory, it could all be ideology, whatever. But science, the Big Bang, that's kind of where I went with the Big Bang, is like, it happened. The universe is constantly expanding. Even right now, it's expanding. More energy is being pumped into the universe. So I kind of think that's how our spirits are fed, is because it's expanding. So we eat off that energy. Our body. I'm an empath, so like I can drive by a graveyard and just feel the energies of the people, and just like, or I can be in a crowd and I can just I'm hypersensitive to everything. My eyes. Have
you learned to block it yet?
Have
you learned to block it yet?
I have. I've learned to block out,
like a clue, like in Harry Potter, like you a clue.
I don't want welcomed, like negative energies, or like, because I take myself away from that. I don't put myself in negative situations. I don't put myself in situations where I know there's going to be harm. If I do, like, I'm hyper vigilant of it, and it's weird because I always see things before they truly happen, and I have a lot of deja vu. Like, it's real weird. I've stopped events from happening, like a car wreck one time. Like, I had a deja vu of it happening, and because every time I have deja vu, it's just this thing. I say deja vu 3 times, and it's almost like a reset for me. It's like not Newton, but Tesla's law of, like, not law, but his 369 is like the number.
Oh yeah, when how things come in threes, or
threes. So like, people in my family die in threes, like things like that happen, and bitch, I'm sweating like I'm in church.
I'm not in church, like a sit on the front pew, girl. It's okay, girl. I'm in here. Look, this is what I'm at. This shirt is not that type of material that you will be able to tell that I am over here sweating. Do not.
We is in church today. Where is the building, Lord?
We brought the church out today.
Hey, God put a breath in it, please. Let's need a.
When understanding, like, for me, like, the science of how the universe is and where it's going, like, a massive, like, it may just collapse on itself one day, because that's what happens when the universe does, like, fully expand, because they don't know what happens or how it happens, but it's just periods of time where mass extinctions have happened, and, like, life restarting, basically. Like, basically what we're doing to our planet. The planet is going to combust on itself because it can't handle what we're doing to it. The environment, the coral reef and shit like that, like, it's just
disappearing in like 5 years. It's gonna be gone.
Like,
gone.
That ecosystem, that's fish, that's everything. That's where life happens. That's where it comes from. So it's like, we didn't just grow from bacteria, but we evolved. We as people evolved from I guess Adam and Eve, but it's always still, it's just a question. I don't know. I'm still confused. America, what do you think? Adam and Eve, are we an experiment? Because it can easily feel like that. We can talk ourselves into it. Like,
well, they say like the Anunnaki, and like, I don't know if you guys know about this. Like, I'm a big Ancient Aliens fan.
yeah.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
I know a little something.
Yeah.
I fear. Okay, so my thing is this. So Adam and Eve could be the creation story from the Anunnaki and how they created man to be a slave race for them. And the snake was essentially the angels that came to free the slave people from the imprisonment that the Anunnaki had put them under. And that's what originally Adam and Eve were supposed to be the story of. And them eating the apple was them gaining the knowledge they needed to escape the slavery that they were in. Seems like God has the thing about freeing his people from slavery. Just gonna throw that out there. But then you can get into like the religious aspect of it. You want to go back to the Eve gene. You can say that there's something called the Eve gene. What is the Eve gene? Eve gene is what you get being a Black woman is. We carry every genetic marker in our DNA. Every single one, Jesus. Like, so you take that into account. You're like, okay, fine. So genetic wise, like I believe that like we're gods. Like I feel like that God is the greatest scientist that ever like existed universal wise, right? And that we're like a side project, you know, here on Earth. Like, I do believe there's aliens. And if there's aliens, I'm going to sit here and limit God and say God couldn't have created aliens. That don't make no sense.
Right.
Like how
Exactly.
am I going to limit God? And then who am I to limit God? Like, so, you know, and I can take being a side project. Like, you know, like it makes
It's not a-
sense. He obviously didn't have a lot of time. He was rushing. Obviously he was rushing, you know? Like, so I can deal with that. Adam and Eve, the story behind it seems a little very patriarchal. You know, I'm feeling the chauvinisticness in there. Like, you know, you make it out to be the fact that, you know, she gets coerced by the snake into, you know, eating this apple.
Exactly.
And then she coerces Adam into eating the apple, and now they both know they're naked, and now they're ashamed. And it's their shame that gets them sent out of the garden. And it's like, wait, that doesn't make sense. And they had kids, and they only had 2 sons. Who did they marry? I've got questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's never touched on in Genesis. Like, we just skip a lot of stuff. People live to be 700 years old. We're all confused.
So you know what it is? So, because then they say God made like woman from the rib of a man. Like, so what if let's say Adam was Steve's main man and he just made Eve to have children? He needed a surrogate.
Now, what if Steve is God?
Her.
All right. Who the hell is Steve? Where did Steve come into this?
Steve and Adam were there. Okay, but then my question is, where Lilith come in on this in this situation? Like, there's so many background characters to this story. Has anybody ever noticed that there's background characters to the story that like you don't actually hear about unless you're like digging deep for it? Like Lilith. Like, where did Adam's first wife come from?
Who the hell is Lilith? Oh, I saw Lilith in this show I used to watch. What is it called? It was like a vampire show. But I didn't know that was real. Who's Lilith?
Oh, yeah, no, it's true. Lilith was supposedly Adam's first wife, and she became the mother of demons.
Demon mother.
Because she didn't want to slave herself. Because she felt she would have to be subservient to Adam, and she didn't want to be subservient to Adam as his wife. So then God made Adam a true mate in Eve by making her from his rib.
True Blood. That's where I saw it. Sorry.
Yes, True Blood. That's where you thought, Lilith. True Blood was a banger show. Let's not discredit it until the end.
That's where I heard about Lilith. All right, sweet.
But yeah, no, that story is technically true. But there's just, like I said, there's just so many, like, I think that's the thing about the Bible. Like, you know, I say, is it hypocrisy, fairy tale, or is it, you know, or is it truthful lies? Like, you're sitting here talking about this, it's folklore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Abraham and his wife in the what is the maid that his wife told him to go sleep with because, well, she couldn't have kids. And then all of a sudden God was like, guess what, bitch, you can have kids.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know,
have you guys read the book of Enoch?
Yes. How does someone go up in a whole spaceship and no one noticed?
How the fuck this is just one book they took out of the Bible. There are
book, just one.
Many.
And there's many they've taken out.
They took the book of Enoch out. And you want to know what the book of Enoch talks about? It talks about mermaids. It talks about unicorns. It talks about aliens. And this book was taken out of the Bible along with, I think, 28 others. I can't remember the
Mary
number.
Magdalene's book in the Bible was taken out.
Jesus's side piece, whatever
whole
she was.
entire book was taken out of the Bible, which makes no sense. I would think that
Right.
he would have had a really big, thing to do with the Second Testament, but that's just me. All right. So
And when they wrote the Bible, they were having orgies.
I mean, technically, Sodom and Gomorrah burnt to the ground, not because they were homosexuals, but because they were out here raping little boys in there. And God was very upset. He was very upset. Okay, he just burnt the whole place to the ground. He just said, fuck this shit.
He needs to be upset with now, so get to
That I believe in Psalm 91. And he said that 10,000 may fall in my right hand and another 10,000 in my left, but it shall not come near me. And I've been COVID free, Lord, for the whole time. So I don't know.
So is it because you believe in that scripture?
I mean, yes, I do have faith in that scripture. I do
So
believe in that.
So if others don't, you think it won't work on them?
I don't believe that. I believe, put it this way. Okay, and this is, see, for me, faith is a big deal. My name literally translates to precious faith. So faith to me is it's a thing. Your faith is your faith, and all it takes is the faith besides the mustard seed is what, we are told. And so in my learnings and the way I view things and how I've lived life, trust me, I should be dead 10 times over. I have OD'd. God could seriously just, if he wanted me gone, I'd be gone by now.
Yeah.
But I think that with that being said, I also realize that it takes your faith, your individual faith, your individual relationship with God for these things to matter to you. If you read Psalms is nothing more than affirmations of what you believe and have faith that God is doing for you or is having come for you. Like, it says in Psalms 91, you are in his tabernacle, you are safe, you are watched, no petulance by night, the arrow that flies by day. You don't have to worry about nothing because if you believe in this, you have that faith, right? I'm not saying that it has to be true. I'm just saying for me, I know that perhaps that's just an extra body shield armor that I wear. And it might be a psychosis, but I do know that it's given me a certain type of mental fortitude to get through everything I've gotten through. Yeah. And
that's why I say those things are sometimes needed.
Yeah.
Because essentially you got through it because of you.
Well, I also believe that I haven't gotten COVID because I got O negative blood. It ain't got nothing to do with God. Like,
that.
So,
people who did get COVID with the same blood, what about them? Is it because they're
then perhaps Psalm 91. I'm just throwing it out there. There's a reason. I don't know which one it is. I can't be for certain. So I hope to both to be whatever it may be. I just know I've never gotten COVID. I know that there's been a lot of times where I know for certain I should be dead because I'm on a shit ton of blow, a shit ton of Benadryl, Tylenol, liquor. And I could feel my heart slowing down to the point of,
oh my God,
like, you should be dead. You're dying in this moment. I hope you know that. You might want to call on God. And somehow today I'm still here. So how I sought God in religion is the way I found my personal relationship with God. Does that make sense? It is a mixture. It is of principles, of understandings, of truths that I found. Like I said, I believe the Bible to be truth riddled with lies, to bring together the understanding I have, so that I can live the life I believe God wants me to do in my pursuit of happiness on this earth. Now, whether that's for you or anybody else is up to them or you. and God. It ain't about me. And your relationship with God ain't about me.
Yeah.
Got nothing to do with me.
I don't know how to express. Everybody listen to me. Your relationship with God ain't got shit to do with your pastor. It ain't got shit to do with your church. It ain't got shit to do with your mama. It ain't got shit to do with your mama and her grandma, what his grandma believe. Ain't got shit to do with your uncle, your daddy, nobody else. It has everything to do with you and God. How you seek him is how you seek him. How you find him is how you find him. Whether that is a him or a her, you'll gain the understanding you'll gain once you do so.
Or even if it's anything at all. But yes, very true. Very true.
So for me personally, I feel like I have like specific gods and goddesses that I work with and that watch over me. And I feel like death isn't scary to me. So I don't care if I die. I don't. I really don't. And I'm not saying I want to. What I'm saying is if it happens, all right, what next? Like, I know this ain't it because this is trash. So where the good stuff at? You know what I mean?
I definitely used to feel that way until I smoked some weed one time and I thought I was gonna die. And and I was like, I'm not ready to die. I'm just kidding. So, oh no, bruh, I ain't ready yet. Maybe a little later after I do some more shit. But as of right now, whatever spirit is listening, don't take me yet. That's all I'm saying.
I think about death. I think about what it is it's going to feel like. What is the moment going to be like? Am I going to be traumatized, like upset and sad because I'm in front of my family and they're all saying goodbye to me? Am I going to have months to think about this and wallow in the idea of what it's going to be next? Like, what is going to happen to me? That when I think about death, that's what's scary to me. Is what's going to happen? How will it happen? Will it be a car accident tomorrow? I don't know.
Right.
That thing scares me.
Who knows? It's the unknown. But I feel like I can live so freely because I don't care.
So you don't care how you go out. It don't even matter to you.
It doesn't, I can't care.
That must be so freeing.
It is. I'm like, whatever.
It has been fabulous. I've had a wonderful time. I feel like we learned a lot. We've shared a lot. And I think this is where we end this conversation. Thanks for listening, guys. Comment, subscribe, share. And this has been the Dial Tone, where the conversation starts and where it ends.
Bye.